Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to be going over the attack side of Theme Park today. Make sure to check out the defense guide. It'll be in the end screen of this video and in the description below as well. So let's get started. Okay, first thing we're gonna attack is like the Bunks like arcade area. So really good operator here. As much as I hate him, is Blackbeard. Either a Bono or a Thermite is really nice here as well. And then really just like, IQ is good, get rid of traps, wire clear, stuff like that. A buck might not be bad, or a sledge, either one. Appetite could be really strong here as well. We'll just take buck, as is tradition. I always take buck on these guides, so. First thing to look out for is people. You probably want to spawn like over here. Really, it really doesn't matter. There's still a lot of spawn peaks on this map. People are still finding them out. Not quite as defined, but you just be careful getting out of spawn. So I've spawned in probably one of the not as good spots, I suppose, for this. But it wouldn't be bad to have somebody spawning out here, just because you can shoot out these windows. And this window leads to the spot. If you guys watch my stream at all, I just literally sit here with Rook like all day and just pick people off from long angles. So that's why I said Blackbeard's really good here, and operators with grenades, because once this position is compromised, which this spot is because I sit here because this floor is solid. This spot, the floor starts to become soft, and same with in front. So this is one of the reasons I said to take buck. So you can throw grenades from out here. You can also debunk that spot by, just want to mark this so I kind of know where I'm looking. And you go over here in the side hall, which there hopefully shouldn't be anybody playing. And this is the train. So like this wall that leads up here, I think it's, yeah, okay. So this is the side of it. And then it's right here. Yes, I think it's right here. But anyway, chuck a grenade, and that would land right on my head. Somebody was actually over there. So just a way to kind of clear out that spot. I think that's the spot. I want to make sure it's the correct spot. Obviously, this being a slightly newer map, don't know all the spots from below exactly. Just be careful when jumping through this window, because people could watch you below from the hatch. One of the angles I showed in the defense guide. But basically, you'll come up here. This is like primarily what you'll do is you'll have maybe one person, like a buck or something, kind of drone themselves in, so these people are not getting C4'd from below. Come up here. Really be careful with this area. Really drone it out or use an IQ, because people throw mines all over the place, and then when you hit them, they just run out. So make sure to check that out. Drone out this whole area if there's anybody here. That's why I said take a lot of grenades. You can clear out all these spots. If this wall is soft, you can buck or sludge it. And if it's not, you can have bomb it. This wall should always be open. If it's not open, you can just walk in here and plant when you clear it. So I'm going to assume that every team that has any idea or ever played this map, like even once, will know about these angles. So they'll have all of this open, which you can use to your advantage as Blackbeard and peek and take the person out that plays my spot if you don't want to go underneath and grenade them and stuff. Now the thing to be careful of is all of this floor, this entire room is spammable. So you want to get out of there as soon as possible. Either sit outside and drone or be inside over here, like somewhere. Like if all these walls are reinforced, maybe just make like a crouch hole over here in the corner. Or you can, something like that, or just make like 3 holes across, whatever it is, but you just don't want to be standing anywhere over here, because you can get blown up through the floor or shot. Just make sure to drone out over here on these stairs. Pretty common crossfires to have that spot here and have like an Ella or something, or whatever, roamer sitting on those stairs over here. An angle over here as well. But mostly people will be sitting back in sight. Another common thing people will do as well is roaming the trains and stuff. So a good way, you want to just open the hatch down for pressure too. You can send somebody up there. Not that important, to be honest, but could be nice. Extra pressure is never bad. But you can walk up here as well, clear your trains out, drone the whole thing out, have somebody like just kind of watch this angle for initiation off this, and you can thermite this wall over here, and that leads you to the spot that I always play in, right here. So basically, yep, here's those holes in the floor that I made, so you can see where they are, kind of down there through the doorway, and you can just lob grenades up. It's right when the floor starts to get solid. That's like the easiest way to notice it down there when you're in this room. So you can throw grenades where I sit over here. The other thing to watch out for as well is people sitting here. This is my last buck, but you can see people like sit over here. Another angle that I showed in like the defense guide. You can also thermite this wall out right here. Really honestly though, like if you have the ability to like push up over here, you know these arcade stairs are clear and stuff. I mean, this is a really nice angle to push up. It catches all the... There's really nowhere for them to sit at this point if you have grenades, because you can throw grenades deep, or you can bounce grenades off this pillar and land them right on people if they're sitting back here. There's not a lot of spots for them to sit. Most people will have either rook armor or a dock there, or something like that. Like this, it's not very often that you're just going to get the free nades. So if you plan on nading somebody here, make sure there's no ADS. Make sure you have 2 nades. So I would say this is by far the most common site that people attack. You know, one thing to be aware of as well is if you are deciding to plant down here, like a lot of people just walk in and plant right here, because this this right here is, I believe it's solid. I never good shot through it, so yeah, it's solid. This is not a spammable object, and people will plant behind here all the time. But the thing to be aware of that no one really realizes is that this floor is spammable, so somebody could be below with pulse. That's why you need this buck or somebody, really anybody. It's fine. IQ, especially if there's a pulse down there, you could probably get them for free to be down there. So you don't get C4 through cafe. You don't get C4 when you're planning. Now, if there's a lot of people roaming really heavy, you can find out what side they're doing that on. Like if they're roaming in trains, you can just kind of watch the arcade stairs, south stairs, and make your push up, get rid of this person in the back. And a lot of this floor is spammable as well, but you can plant back in the safe corner over here, not get C4'd. Or, like I said, the easiest way is to just get minimal control downstairs, just enough so that your teammates can get bombed down and plant. And you could just kind of watch from here. So they can't long arm it from this angle. They can tuck in the corner though, which is a little scary sometimes. So just make sure you have like a drone on the bomb or something, or you have a person in position. Like probably don't play Blackbeard here, for example. Like maybe play somebody that's quick, like Ash, so she can get in position and get this person before they're done defusing if she's playing that angle. So, or play from the hatch. You can look down at the door, and then you can easily drop down the hatch and just get the person off the bomb. Good post plant position. But yeah, that's about it for this site. We'll go over the drug lab next, which for some reason people seem to think is a good site. I don't know why, but we're going to go over it because people for some reason use it. So, all right, we'll go over the drug lab. All right, now we're going to be attacking the drug lab. This site, definitely, Blackbeard once again is pretty good. Really not as essential here, honestly, though. Fuse is great here. He is honestly, like, amazing on this site. Same with Buck. I mean, Buck could be changed out for other stuff, like Fuse with breach charges is really good if you don't want to take the Buck. Stuff to get rid of, like EMPs are good, Twitch drone, whatever it is, you just want to clear out lots of equipment. Honestly, you could probably take Fuse, 3 grenade ops, and something to, like, you know, IQ being one of them, and like maybe like a Twitch. Somebody with like breach charge or something so you can open the floor. But honestly, at that point, you'd have like Sledge and Buck anyway. You could take Blackbeard for all the long angles if you want to. Lots and lots of options. So for this site, once again, just be mindful of the staircase. Be mindful of people running out and peeking over here. All that kind of good stuff. But the key to taking this site is maybe if you want to, you can park the Blackbeard out here if you decide to take one. Open this window. There's lots of really long angles here. So close, people will peek this up here, like to the right. People will peek on top over here above this yellow canister. They could peek in between over here. Almost everybody opens up this wall, so you probably don't ever really want to jump in the window. Also, well, you'll want to take out Bonnet here probably, because most people will reinforce the hatch. If they don't, there's probably, you know, they have probably bigger problems, you know. But I don't really know why people take this site, honestly. I think it's really, really, really bad. I think it's the weakest on the map. or one of. But I mean, even I see like my team picks it and stuff in ranked as well. Sometimes it just, for whatever reason, people like it, and no one attacks from the top. This is how you destroy this site, is right here by going up top. So drone this out, get control, and right above here is the bathroom. Drop a fuse charge right here. It will destroy all the wire, all the traps, everything. Kill anybody in there. Right over here is above the air hockey table, and if you put it all the way against like the railing over here, the fuse pucks will actually bounce to the window, which you can kind of see over there. And it will destroy all the wire, everything over there. You can shoot some angles deep over here. So these give you angles all the way into A. There's really nowhere to sit once you open the hatch. So once the hatch is open, you can't sit on any of these close angles anymore. Can't sit anywhere over here. Like, this is all kind of debunked unless you're standing behind this. Or anywhere over here. And now for that last angle that people seem to think is safe as well. So you can buck these walls out or sledge them out or something. And then you take a Habana, and you can open this wall over here, and there's literally nowhere for people to sit at this point. This site is completely done. Absolutely destroyed, because you can fuse right here, you can fuse the bathroom, you can fuse everywhere in sight. You can open the hatch. So like I said, take a Habana over here for sure. Like maybe like 2 nade ops, a Habana, a Blackbeard, and like a fuse or something. That'd probably be pretty good. And then from that point, you could pretty much do whatever you want with this site. I mean, it's completely opened up. There really shouldn't be anywhere for these people to go. You should be able to even hop in the window if you want to. You can hop in the bathroom and plant over here. I mean, really like limitless options from that point. But yeah, you just want to get that top control. You don't even have to really take everything. You don't really even have to take everything site-wise. You just really need kind of like cafe in this front area and, you know, the back over here by Bunks, I think it's called. Yeah, it's Bunk. And you don't even need to really go for train or anything. You can just kind of play somebody over here to watch flank, and that's it. Those people below will be able to watch your arcade stairs. Like maybe send Fuse and Buck up top, Blackbeard out the window, Habana and Sledge down here. Sledge out all these walls, Habana that. You can Habana up top and move down. Like the Sledge can take control down here through this window. Hops in, drones himself in, or you can have someone drone him in, that's fine. Sledge out these walls, Habana comes in. She could chuck 2 Habana charges there. Goes up top, gets the hatch. That should be your site once the Fuse and Buck do their work as well. And then you could just hop in and plant. Like I said, this site's pretty popular in ranked. Some people pick it as a primary site, but I don't know. I think it's bad if attacked correctly. If attacked correctly, I think it's really bad. But yeah, we'll go over the initiation next. That seems to be picked a pretty good amount. All right. Now we are going to go to the initiation lab. So, most important thing to do here is to take control of train. Once those walls are open and you actually have control of train, which is easier said than done, you can make an easy push into site. So, essentially this wall right here, we'll actually walk up there as well. So yeah, I want to have somebody go up top and get the hatch. You don't need a Habana really for this site. I would just take a thermite. So you can make 2 walk holes. If you really want to, you can take a Habana and a thermite, but I think you could just take 1. But you'll drone out all of trains, get control of trains. You can have 1 person kind of like sit and watch the doors over here, watch your flank. Everyone else doesn't get flanked while they're doing what they do. And you can open up this window if it's closed off, thermite this wall, thermite this wall, and you can actually pretty easily just plant after this. So once you have this control right here, really, you don't even need to actually open up the other side if you don't want to. You can leave it closed, and you could just have your whole team kind of like look at these angles you can get. The site's done. There's really nowhere for you to sit. You just have an Ash come in and peek really quick. They can't sit in this corner, which is the only safe spot. The rest of it's all visible. So while you're doing this, you'll want your at least 1 or 2 teammates to hop in over here. They'll hop in. They could use, the only thing to be careful of is being C4'd from underneath. So that's the other problem as well with this entire site. So this site, you will, if you can, get somebody to go underneath and cover you. But most people are probably not going to see this coming. You literally thermite the wall right here, and you just walk in and plant, and they can't shoot you while you have a Blackbeard cover over top. So pretty easy and simple. There's gonna be somebody at this window, and they can like open up this wall, make sure there's nobody in the room, or just drone it out. That also gives this person that hops in, the one spot that this person thought was safe is no longer safe. And if they're standing over here, there's a drone hole, so you can throw grenades through it, or you can just shoot them if they're standing on like the wall exactly, or you can just walk in and peek them with Ash. All of them work. But yeah, so pretty much the only thing is you'll have somebody go underneath. This is like one of the hallways downstairs. It's like, I think this, I forgot what this is called. But it's like the room with like all, it's like the backstage like props and stuff like that are all back here. You'll go underneath and just kind of play somebody passively. I could show you guys exactly where it is. So there's a door. There's a door right here. By Gargoyle. Like it's the entrance, and it's like, it's in the haunted house. I think it's like the prop room or something. Prop storage, that's what it's called. So down here, this is the side of the map where people kind of get lost on, but you can, if you really want to, you can just go in through the door here and like sledge a hole in the wall and just really, you don't have to do much. You can just kind of sit here and just make sure that your team's not getting destroyed. Additionally, for pressure, you'll want to like open the hatch if you can. If you're attacking the other site, which I do not recommend, you would kind of do that by taking control of stairs over here, hatch, all that kind of stuff. Getting control of bathroom. You'll probably want to get somebody on rappel on this window to kind of pinch people. And then you can get in and plant somewhere over here. I just really wouldn't recommend taking this site. I think it's way tougher to take this site. The only way you can do that is if you push from above and push through train. Whereas if you push this side, because this is bulletproof all over here, you really need minimal control. You just walk in, thermite the wall, Blackbeard covers you, you plant, somebody goes underneath and covers you to make sure you don't get C4'd. That's bombed down, and like you can plant right here, which will give your Blackbeard, if he just backs up, like he's already won the round. Like you can even throw both thermite charges on here to fully open this wall if you want to. So that should be the round one, you know, with just somebody at this window. But other than that, yeah, that should pretty much cover it for that site. And then the least popular, least picked site is Gargoyle. So it seems like this and Bunks are pretty interchangeable. It seems like Bunks gets picked more than this site. But this site does get picked, and I would say Bunks is probably the most that I've seen get picked at least. So we'll head over to Gargoyle, which is the last site, and that'll be it. Alright, now we are going to attack the final site, Gargoyle. I would take Buck and Sledge both here if you can. A Habana is good, or a Thermite, either one. Probably a Habana would be better because a lot of people do use me right here. This is by far the least played site, at least from my experience of seeing it played. Blackbeard is always good here too. This map has tons of like long angles, and it seems like Rook and Doc are picked a lot. If you can like isolate those angles and just peek them with Blackbeard, obviously really easy. But yeah, the main area you'll want to go through, like I'll go over a few different kinds of attacks for this site, because this site is really is a really big site, which gives, it's not really that great to defend honestly, or really attack, because it comes down a lot to like what the other team is doing. So if they're roaming really heavy, it might be tough for you to take control up top, which will then cause you to lose the round. But you can like buck through or sledge through this wall, same type of thing as before. We'll just kind of copy the same take, which makes it a lot easier. You can open up prop storage over here. There's a hatch that leads down, and this hatch kind of like cuts off a lot of like the rotates and stuff like that that people will use to run around this area. So it's a pretty powerful spot to actually have control of. Over here is like all the, I think it's like the coffin room or something. I forgot exactly what it's called. But over here is like the actual gargoyle site that most people play. Here's behind the gargoyle, pretty popular spot to play. Here's like the deep corner behind gargoyle as well. There's like the small room over here. So what a lot of people do is they will put mirrors here, which I think is incredibly dumb, because if you take a buck up here, you can just kill the mirror for free and get control of this. So if they actually decide to put a mirror here, you can see it from above, and you could really easily just kind of shoot down on it. This entrance, though, a lot of people will go through and they'll reinforce it over here. You can thermite into this entrance, like thermite into the side of this over here, while your teammates over here are pushing like the entrance over here towards stairs. Probably have somebody go up to hatch. So, like a lot of times, I will sit up here because no one ever opens this hatch. I will just sit up here and just pick people off as they're coming through. Also essential as well. There is a fortune teller, and you must remove its face. No, I'm kidding. More serious note, yeah, but you'll just be up top. You'll be debunking all of these areas behind this, like, I guess, sarcophagus, like, I don't even know, like, tomb, I suppose. The gargoyle on top of it. Just spots to kind of look out for. People will play, like, this whole angle over here. You can also push this way as well, like through the gallery, I guess it's called, and the coffin room. And you could thermite these walls, which gives you access to basically everything. You can push from the arcade over here, like go through bathroom. But this is like a little bit more risky because you can get shot in the back easier, like to the locker room. I don't really like pushing through this side as much because there's just so much space that you're exposed to behind. But yeah, this is one of the plant spots as well. So anywhere in haunted, you can get in here. The nice spot is you can get in here and plant. All of this is solid. If people like reinforce these walls, it makes it a lot safer for you. And your teammates can just go through this wall right here. They can walk in through here, come in through here, and cover you. If you notice no one's in here, they haven't opened up any of this wall. This is all reinforced. They can come in and just kind of cover you, and you could get bombed down, and you could play, like, put a drone over here in the drone hole, and that'll watch post plant. And you could, if someone's, just go and knife them. If they're there, just shoot them. Sit over here. So if you're gonna go this way, I think this is like a nice, quick, simple way, but it just freaks me out that there's that much open space behind you, and like there's so much potential to get flanked. So for me personally, I like to go through over here and get up top and get like proper control, get down and plant. But for ranked, honestly, it really might be better to go from like the west side over here and just open this door and get that plant in the corner. Most people will reinforce this wall, which makes it even easier, and you just kind of like sledge through over here, and you can just make a small sledge hole in the back. Have somebody watch from this angle so they don't get flanked. That's it. Pretty simple. Get bombed down. Otherwise, you go above and you can buck all the way through. So this is in the initiation office, I think it's called, or I forgot which one this is. It's the one with the window on the train. But it allows you to see like the whole like haunted dining, just dining. I don't know. Everyone just calls it dining. No one really calls it haunted dining. And gargoyle over here is all cleared. So I think it's better to go for gargoyle as a site to plant. Like in my opinion, you can plant right here, which is a really safe spot to plant. And then you can watch that from this half wall, which is crazy advantageous. So you can cover from here. I remember being able to plant here. I hope you still can. I remember you can at least. So yeah, that's about it though, guys. That should pretty much cover it. Go up top, clear, buck your holes up top, and plant here. You can even, if you really want to, make a hole from above and just kind of plant right here. Cover from the side of the skeleton key, and then have the person far back. Hey, he's pushing. You know, but yeah, that's about it for me, guys. Make sure to check out the defense guide as well. It'll be in the description of the video and screen of this. If the video helped you out, just like and subscribe. It helps me. If not, not a big deal. I just hope you guys are getting something out of these videos and they help out. This map will evolve over time. This map's been out for not very long since I've had this video up, whereas all of my other map guides are like much more complete. The meta is very established on them. So these are just kind of like my somewhat more initial impressions. I have started a Patreon for this type of thing. I will not add anything to the Patreon that's like frag movie type of things or like full games. It will only strictly be guides for relevant maps that are in the ranked map pool. Otherwise, they will not be in the Patreon. That'll be in the end screen as well in the description. But other than that, guys, take it easy. I hope you guys enjoyed the guide, and I'll see you guys in the next one.